Hey, it's Jamie here, doing a summary for Talking Reds on Dan Ndoye. Of course, a new-ish signing for Nottingham Forest. Now, it has been a few games in the Premier League season. He's got a goal and he's got an assist. He's doing pretty well for himself. Of course, it's been a bit difficult lately. Ange Postecoglou is in. Nuno Espirito Santo is out. So, of course, it complicates things a little bit. These weren't Ange signings, as far as we know. And therefore, players like Dan Ndoye and others, their kind of position and their relevance in this team has been thrown up in the air a little bit. However, I do think that what Dan Ndoye offers us is different to Elanga, and what Backwell offers us is a bit more similar to Elanga, and that's why Dan Ndoye is an interesting one. If Forest are looking for a more possession-based approach, where they do need players that are good in breaking down low blocks, i.e. they're very technical, your likes of Gibbs-Whites, your Ndoyes, players that are strong in terms of physical aspect. You know, Dan Ndoye is not necessarily as quick as Elanga, but he's not slow. He's very physically strong, and he's got the kind of progressive carries similar to Morgan Gibbs-White in terms of how he plays. He's an asset. Again, not as dynamic, but he's an asset, and he possesses a very different skill set, which gives Forest different ways to play and attack, and maybe a more of a patient kind of way with Dan Ndoye. So I'm excited for his signing. £34 million, or I think that was around the number we kind of paid for him. It's a large sum, and of course, naturally, when you're breaking records to pay for players, there is always going to be that kind of maybe stigma around it, that maybe it's a bad idea and people are going to get worried and concerned, and there'll always be the thing of, well, it's not your money, so why do you care? But naturally, of course, you care for who the club is spending money on, and when it comes to a player that you've not seen and experienced in the Premier League before, you're going to be nervy. But a goal and assist to open your Premier League account is not bad doing from Dan Ndoye. I think he's going to offer us a different skill set to Elanga. He's going to play across various positions. Ange loves his attacking football, so of course we're going to get to see Dan Ndoye using his shooting ability, his really good vision, and hopefully, you know, aid us in transition with his strength, again with those progressive carries. So I'm excited to see what he can offer. I'm excited to see maybe things that we didn't expect from him as well, and just in general, just kind of see what Ange goes with and seeing how Dan Ndoye will do. But I do back him to do well. He's a great player. He did well at Bologna last year. As I say, a goal and assist already to start his Premier League account is pretty good going. So big money spent, but I'm happy with it. I think he's going to change things up and again offer us more options. So let us know your thoughts as well on Dan Ndoye. Thank you very much. And if you haven't already, follow Richard and Greg's work here on Talking Reds. Those two guys are absolutely great. Make sure you subscribe and follow all their channels, and make sure you get your Talking Reds fix wherever you are and whenever you can. See you soon. All the best.